Welcome everybody to SJGames Live. I am Jimmy. We are here today with Munchkin designer Devin Lewis, which is right up
Hello,
here.
everyone.
And today we're going to be talking about the new Munchkin expansion, just a general expansion for a core set or whatever you want to mix into it. Dead and Deader, which I'm assuming Devin focuses mostly on, largely on undead or other spooky things, which is appropriate for the upcoming holiday here.
Indeed.
So we've got looks like this over here on the box. Surprise, Brandon.
Hold on.
There we go. Munchkin Dead and Deader. With art in this set is by Verde. So he did a lot of our card art for this set. We're gonna go ahead and open. I've already opened that box, so gotten the knife work done already. But how long you been working on this set, Devin?
So that set took me about 6 weeks or so. I designed it probably end of last year.
Okay, cool. And it looks like this is a fairly standard Munchkin set, so no special rules other than what generally comes with Munchkin. I assume we'll be using the undead rule fairly often.
We most certainly will. Though this one doesn't focus completely on just the undead, it's also kind of the paranormal adjacent. So there's a decent number of humans in this. Adding an entire 56 cards, half of which are just undead monsters, would kind of unbalance things. So
True, that'd be a little bit of a nightmare if anytime an undead monster came up.
yeah.
Churgle, so this is not a zombie expansion, or are there any zombie expansions upcoming? No, this is not a Munchkin Zombies expansion. You could put it in zombies, but this is not for that particular set. We don't have any announced currently that are for Munchkin Zombies.
It should work with zombies though.
It should work with zombies, but this is a expansion. It is a 56 card expansion. So we'll go ahead and dive into said cards here. And should we start with the doors or the treasures? What does chat think? You have a preference, doors first or treasures first? I am going to lean towards the doors because I feel like the monsters are going to be the highlight of this expansion for me. All right, so well, that's interesting. We have first three I pulled up are one shots in the door deck. Which usually you'd find in treasures. So these are no value one shots. So you just hold on to them and they can do things one time. We've got Ghost of a Chance. Play this card with an undead monster from your hand. Add that monster's level to your combat strength for the current fight. Nice. So kind of bringing in the gnome ability there.
Yes.
Ghosted. Play when you're helping in a combat. You may leave the fight without penalty. The active player may ask for a new helper. Usable once only. Nice. And then you can see the wires. Play when another player adds an undead monster into any combat. That monster goes back to its owner's hand and cannot be played again in the current combat. So just a nope, take that one back. So dealing with some of the undead monsters that would normally be found or added into a fight because of the nature of the undead rules.
Right. And it does play with the paranormal theme I've kind of put in this.
Yep.
So.
Or you can see the wires that call from like the haunted houses. Like, oh no, that's not real. I can see the wires there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which I'm hoping to. I'm trying to see if I can get into to go out to Scare for a Cure this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got a chance yet to see it. Do you have any good haunted places, good haunted houses up near you, Devin?
We actually have an old like 1800s asylum that has been converted into a haunted house. I haven't been yet, but I've heard great things about it. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't think anything's going to compare to Scare, but
It's a different experience. You know, when I was growing up in the Dallas Fort Worth area, they had a old Catholic school, like where it was like a school / nunnery that had
Mhm.
been like converted into a haunted house. So that was a pretty cool like setting for the whole thing. So it's cool when they
Very
can
nice.
convert the actual buildings instead of building everything out of stage flats and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you can build drains into the floors, you can use a lot more fake blood. All right, next up for cards, we've got a level 18 large +5 if
So
small
that
or medium is also in combat. We'll set
so
it
set
both
that
here.
one aside later so we can get the triple joke out there.
Got it. Got it.
Yep, the other one.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong end.
We did.
What I do for getting the screen was reversed up there.
And that one's upside down.
Well, fine. There.
Okay. Great.
All right. So curse once bitten, -5 on your next combat.
Ouch.
Nice. I assume the other half of that is in there somewhere.
I actually didn't work that one in.
Didn't
but,
get
oh well.
didn't make the cut, huh?
Nope. Twice
Oh,
shy. I
well.
did not make it.
Repossessed. Nice. Play it anytime except during combat. Take the top undead monster from the door, discards, and put it in your hand. I like that. Usable once only. So was the addition of one shot to a lot of these door cards just a kind of standardization attempt on a lot of things? Because we haven't
Yeah,
done
we
that in
have,
the past, or as much in the
I've
past.
I've been trying to do it going forward because they are one shots. One shot isn't specifically an item, but any card that has the usable once only tagline is a one shot. So
So just trying a little bit of standardization going on, so there's a little less confusion on things.
mhm.
Like it. All right. After these, what do we have next? Next three. All right. These are all monsters.
Mhm.
Okay. We've got bleed. +5, 15 if you are a vampire. Bad stuff. Lose a level on any items you're carrying but don't have equipped. That's a very funny reference. The Beretta sisters, +3 against elves, level 16. Bad stuff. It's a shotgun funeral. You're dead. And then the level 10 undead Ghostbusters. -3 against bards. They're a competition. Bad stuff. They put on such an impressive show you can't help but give them money. Lose 500 gold pieces worth of items.
Ouch.
That's nasty.
Mhm.
Well, they're only level 10 though.
Yeah. So what's
Originally,
the reference? Yeah, go ahead.
originally I wanted to name Bleed Hilt,
Right.
but I got overruled, and Bleed works just fine too.
It makes the reference a little more obvious, just in case you weren't sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the art does a
And
very
then
good job of selling it.
it does, yeah. And the Beretta sisters are a reference to the Winchester brothers
There we
from
go.
Supernatural.
I was not making. I'm like, I'm not getting the reference on it. Like, it feels like a reference, but I'm not getting it. And the
funny,
Winchester brothers is I'm not through
the
that
funny
show
part
yet,
is,
but close.
Why the bonus against the elves?
mostly because something needed to get a bonus against elves.
Okay.
But also they hunt down supernatural creatures, so
Hmm.
the The funny part is the reason it's Beretta is mainly because most of the American gun manufacturers already have some kind of supernatural show based around them.
Oh,
Oh.
Um, and so I had to go a little out of field there. And if you'll notice, they're sitting on a moped because Beretta is Italian.
There you go.
really? Nice.
All right, so we'll pull those out of here. Next up, we have.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So we have just some paranormal investigators. We have Death Knell and an Eagle.
+3 if there's a screen or monitor
On in the
On.
room. So everyone quickly turns their phones off.
Turn your phone on.
Bad stuff. Like, subscribe, and then die. You're dead. Pretty nasty for a level 10.
Yikes.
It is.
You are dead.
And then we have a level 14 death. Sorry, go ahead.
She is undead, so the pylon rule counts too.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
And then we've got the level 14 undead Death Knell. Death Knell immediately kills any non-undead monsters added to combat with her. If you win, you take their treasure too, but not levels. Bad stuff kills you too. It's their job after all. So that one you can risk yourself by just dumping your hand in there for more treasures. But
Mm-hmm.
people can also wander in more undead as much as they want. So that's a big risk reward one, I think. That'd be a fun gamble.
It is.
Any interesting stories for playtest on that one?
No, a couple of people wandered monstered stuff, a thing or two in to kill it. Nothing big though. If you had the plutonium dragon, you dropped him in there, that'd be 5 more treasures, which would be pretty great.
Yeah. To forestall any questions that might come up. So what about the monsters that say, before combat, you do this, like the tongue demon or things like that? Does this immediately override those abilities, or do they happen and then they die?
No, I would say she kills them the moment they enter combat, so they don't really have time to do any of their shenanigans.
Okay, so unless they were there first and then she wanders in,
Yeah.
her stuff's gonna take precedence.
Yep.
Cool. All right, and lastly, we have the paranormal investigators. +3 against wizards. They're suspicious. Bad stuff takes your clothes for further investigation. Lose your armor.
Now these guys are also part of a 3-part kind of joke, though they don't work together the way the others do. So
We'll
we have
reserve it
normal
so when
investigators.
we find the rest, we can put them all together.
Yeah.
Put them off to the side too, and then pull up. Oh, we got some more low-level stuff now. All right, we have the level 2 undead spirit caller, +3 against anyone with no headgear. Bad stuff. Would you like to buy a really extended warranty? Lose level out of sheer annoyance.
Yikes.
The level 2 undead ghost bell, +2 against uncouth warriors. Bad stuff. She waltzes on your head. Lose the headgear you're wearing. And level 1 poltergeist. Immediately defeated by clerics. Bad stuff. It steals one of your things. Lose a small item. The 3 relatively low things, but wander in, add some more buffs.
We've made a lot of Munchkin cards. There's more than 12,000 of them, and we've made a lot of ghost or undead jokes. And I was kind of worried that this one would kind of be a struggle, but it was not.
Just you
I
wouldn't be
really
able to
like
come up
some of
with
the
enough more ghost puns.
Yeah, I'm really happy with a lot of the ones I did make though. So
Yeah, Poltergeist is good. I do like, so if I'm a cleric, I'm hanging on to Poltergeist for my level 10. Absolutely. That or Divine Intervention, whichever one comes up first. All right, next 3 door cards up. Well, we have a couple of just wandering monsters. And then I think I found the big bad of the set. The Ghostzebo.
Oh,
Level 20 undead, no one can help you. You must face the Ghostzebo alone, but it might bring friends.
yikes.
Because it's undead, so it can still bring more things in.
Yep.
Bad stuff, lose 2 levels and die. Ouch.
That is,
It is super rough. We should also absolutely decorate the gazebo like that some year. That's awesome.
Yeah. We worked with Boz before on the floor is larva.
Mm-hmm.
And he did some fantastic bugs. I'm really happy with a lot of the work he put into this one as well. I really love that guy.
And that gazebo is
The
just
gazebo.
terrifyingly grim and angry and spiky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, we do have a gazebo that looks like that without the monster bits out back. The office is our outside break area. So we have occasionally put eyes on it before, but that would be awesome. All right, what else do we have here? We've got a cheat card. A dispirited modifier. And a spirited modifier. So, spirited plus 5 level of monster. Put a single monster except an undead during any combat. That monster now counts as an undead monster for all purposes. If it is defeated, draw 1 extra treasure. So it's plus 5 and makes it undead.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you can also wander stuff in now because it's undead.
Yeah, the modifiers that make cards undead act a little special. So things like Death Knell, if you wander a monster in and use Spirited on it, then it gets to stay in play, and Death Knell wouldn't kill it because it treats it as if it's always been undead.
Got it. All right, then we have Dispirited, minus 5 level of monster. Play on a single undead monster during any combat. It's no longer counts as undead for any purpose. If it's defeated, you get 1 fewer treasures.
1 fewer.
Yep. So minus 5 to level with 1 less treasure.
Mm.
But it's no longer undead. And then cheat, which is just always good to have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little so that I at first I thought maybe that cheat card was a Army of Darkness reference. I'm like, no, he still has his hand.
He does.
He looks like he's right out of a Warhammer 40K cultist.
I thought he was in a bathrobe.
So that
Yeah.
minus 5 when you make something not undead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work on monsters that are below 5?
Monsters have a minimum of level 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't do anything to make them below level 1. Their combat strength can go below level 1, but their actual level can't go below that.
Okay, gotcha.
We haven't done it yet. At some point in some set, we should totally have the Orc Be Gone modified with a hand attachment for it. All right, then we have a level 8 skeptic and 2 curses. Oh, hang on, let me adjust that over a little bit so we can see all the cards. All right, so the skeptic. Just 1 second here. We go full screen on that one, Brandon.
Sorry, the buttons weren't doing button things.
So level 8, the skeptic. Your class and race abilities don't work against him. Bad stuff, he disbelieves in you. Discard your class and/or race cards. Nice. Because you always have the person in the horror movie who doesn't believe what's going on. They usually die grisly, but it's to prove to them what's going on. But there's always that guy. Ghosts aren't real. Ah. Curse, Hexercise. Discard either the headgear, armor, or footgear you are wearing, whichever gives you the biggest bonus. Nice. Couple zombies and just a spike in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
Curse,
not undead. He's just worn out.
he's just tired. And Curse, Slimed, lose a level.
Yuck.
Just classic moment from the first, well, from many things, but the first Ghostbusters is what comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That hotel scene when the Slimer gets Finkman.
I don't recall any movies where things got slimed before that.
I'm sure some B-level horror movie did it.
Maybe something like The Blob.
Oh yeah, that was Blob. Yeah. It was just slime.
But before Ghostbusters, The Blob came out in the 50s. There was an 80s remake, but that was later.
All right, let's go to the cards. All right, we have we're gonna pull this one off just to put it with the other one.
End.
Nope. Pull this one off. This one we'll talk about. We have a level 6 undead cold spot, +3 against halflings. It's a dog. Of course, it's the cold spot. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I'm here. I'm with you. Bad stuff. It oozes on your shoes. Lose the footgear you're wearing. Bad puppy. Yeah. Cute. +3 halflings just because something needed to be.
Well, yeah, and it's their size, so.
True. Level 12, reality TV crew. -5 if any undead monsters are in the same combat. I got it. So they're faking it all. All the paranormal investigator shows where they're spooking themselves out for an hour.
Yep.
Bad stuff. The fin goes to your head. Lose your headgear. Nice. I like it. Full lows.
The question is, was that dog in reality TV the one that becomes Cold Spot?
Right. Is that the prequel? Assume. Yeah. We've got a few more here. To go with the paranormal investigators, we have the abnormal investigators.
And then the normal investigators.
And the normal investigators. +4 against anyone without a class or race, +6 against anyone with neither. That could be nasty. They get a little too invasive, discard your hand. Nice. Then they have the haunting melody in the middle, +3 against bards. Bad stuff, our singing drives you mad, lose a level. And on the end, we have the normal investigators, +3 against thieves. Bad stuff, you're taken downstairs or questioning, lose 300 gold pieces worth of items. So where's our paranormal investigators? We'll get the triad up here on screen. Yeah. Our triad of investigator cards here. Abnormal, paranormal, and normal. Or normal, paranormal, abnormal.
I did actually write the art to have the ghost that everybody's ignoring be actually scary in the abnormal investigators one, but The in the end, we just put them a bit bigger and up front because they've got a lot of neat little details and everything. So
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting packs and wires and bananas.
hmm
All right. And then the last set of the door cards is the other trifecta we have here. We've got the small, medium, and large. Level 4 small, +5 medium or large are also in the combat, +10 if both are. Bad stuff. A little misfortune comes your way. Discard a card from your hand. Level 12 medium, smaller, +5 and smaller, large is there, +10 for both. And if bad stuff, predict your doom. -5 to your next combat. Keep this in front of you as a reminder until then. And then the large. If +5 for small or medium are there, 10 if both are. Bad stuff, it makes you dead. So no one can talk to you. You're dead. So nice trio there.
right, and it'd be a +64 combat if all three of them.
Because 18, oh, because you have their level plus, if they each get +10 if the other ones are there. So yeah, that's 24 +10 +10 +10. Ooh, that's it's like 54.
64.
Oh, 34 +10 +10. Yeah, okay, I missed the.
Yep,
Forgot to carry the one. Yeah,
you did.
64 if all three of those are against you, and they're not undead. So those things are not going to help you against them. Nasty, nasty combo. But if you pull it off, it's what, 7, 8, and 9 treasures?
Yep.
And
3
4
levels.
levels.
3 levels.
4 levels, because 18's split for 2. Yep.
Oh yeah.
hmm
Nice. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to the treasure deck now. Chap, what about you guys? Devin and I talked about haunted houses near us. What about the ones near you all? What's your favorite one in your area that you've been to? Scare is my favorite because I helped volunteer at it many years. This year I didn't get a lot of time to go out to it, but it's less boo scare and more. It's an interactive horror story generally. And so you're expected to like talk to some of the guests, figure out some clues, carry some things from room to room, make decisions, and also to have some air-powered what we call gore cannons, which shoot large quantities of fake blood and things at people. In addition to everything else, so you don't wear clothes that you don't want to get dirty, and you bring some towels and plastic bags and stuff for when you're leaving. But it's a good time. And it is for a charity as well, so extra bonus. All right. So treasure cards, +2 bonus, but it's haunted. Play this card with any item. That item now the whatever, but it's haunted, and gives you an extra +2 in combat. It is, however, worth 200 gold pieces less if sold, minimum 0. This card goes with the item if it's lost, stolen, or discarded. Okay, nice. Bell, Book, and Candy. Play during any combat, +3 to either side, usable once only. And then Strong Spirits. Play during any combat, +5 to either side, usable once only. 300 proof. That is too many proof. All right, next for treasures, we've got here's some good ones. Here's some strong ones. All right, we have the +5 bonus ectoplasma rifle, 2 hands, big, 600 gold pieces. All sorts of bells, whistles, and stuff. And I think that's the one we've seen in several other card art images.
Yep.
Kind of the signature weapon of this set. Then we've got some armor, the +3 bonus Talus Mantle. Big fancy Is that out of, or is that inspired? He's a halfling, I can tell. Is that inspired by Big Trouble in Little China?
A little bit. It's definitely the Asian culture,
Well,
uh,
the
talisman robes, but yeah, uh, Big Trouble in Little China is definitely one of my favorite movies.
oh, it's a good one.
It is.
And then +2 bonus, Holy Water Gun. This bonus comes only when fighting undead. Counts only when fighting undead. It only annoys the living. But that is a very popely super soaker right there. I like it. All right, and then some more loot. We have the +2 or +5 bonus, the Fine Silver Armor. This weapon gives a +5 against all undead, but only a +2 against other foes. That's fair.
Oh,
I do
look
like
at
the
that.
spoon in the middle.
We missed that one. It says weapon. It should say it's armor. Oops. I'll
What does it
mark that
say?
down for errata.
Oh yeah, it does say this weapon. that is armor. Whoops, caught live. I do like that you get the spoon right in the middle of that.
Yep.
Then just a quick little +1 bonus for the boo sheet, also armor. And then some +3 bonus for Scary Janes, +1 to run away. I know at least 3 people that would want those in real life.
Yep.
No doubt.
Probably more. 3 I can think of immediately. Okay, then we have a couple of our standards that show up in most sets. We've got a wishing ring, a loaded die, and a reloaded die.
Yeah, those glow in the dark.
They do.
No.
But I do like the ghost dice. Those are cool.
Yeah, those are some of my favorites.
And reloaded die has some clarifications on using it with the loaded die and other reloaded dice. I don't know if that's new.
No, although we did make a decision to emphasize card names, so all of the bolding in that paragraph is new.
It's new. Got it. And then a standard wishing ring, which cancels curses.
Always a favorite.
Yep. I remember the original Munchkin loaded die just said the number you said the number was whatever you said it was, and then we had to change that eventually because some people were like, "Yeah, I want it to be 47." We're like, "Okay, turn the die to the number you want it to be." It's wise guys,
Mm-hmm.
Munchkins.
You don't play your Munchkin with non-Euclidean dice, Jimmy?
I do not. I like my sanity. All right, perform a jazzercism.
Ooh.
Go up a level. +1 bonus, Spirit Veil. You kick down the door and find an undead monster. You may choose not to fight it and loot the room instead. Handy.
Mm-hmm.
And then planchette rounds. Play during any combat, +3 to either side, usable once only. For all those Ouija boards you're not using. They do look like arrowheads.
Mm-hmm.
Next 3. Oh, I did that the wrong. I keep forgetting the camera's reversed there. We've got the Unholy Water. Usable once only. Play during any combat, +1 to either side. So just a little bit of help. The Ghost Trap. Play during any combat with undead, +10 to the Munchkin side.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And then +1 bonus, Ghost Recorder. No value, but it takes no hands or anything, so it's just a +1.
Mm-hmm. Just floats around annoying everyone. The Ghost Trap. Originally, I wrote one of my kind of standard lines is a ghost trap from Ghostbusters, but don't get us sued.
Right. For the
But
art
Steve
stacks.
stepped in. Steve stepped in and was like, I think it would be a lot funnier if it was just a regular, like, trap
Just a
that
mouse
ghosts
trap.
caught him.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, then we have. All right, all right.
Oh my.
We have the Sanctified Salt Shaker. I'm not sure if that's sacrilegious or not.
The power of salt that compels you.
Well, it's salted it very much as a keep the spirits away sort of thing, make a barrier out of it.
Mhm.
I dig it.
Then we have my favorite of this set, the Bouquet. Discard this to remove an undead monster from the combat you're in, leaving its treasure.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Everybody wants flowers.
So, what was the monster? Death Knell. So if you have Death Knell, and you feed her a bunch of other monsters, and then you have the Bouquet. Oh no, the Bouquet is yeah. Then you discard the Bouquet. You just get a whole pile of treasure.
Yeah, I'd say so.
If you
Alright.
can, yeah, if you can figure that out.
Yeah, if you can manage to
line
do it.
that up.
You got it is a combo you'd have to line up, but could be a lot of. I mean, you lose the one piece of treasure, but hopefully you get a lot more. Then you have the +1 bonus, Ghost Detector. I guess just no and yes. All sorts of gizmos, dials, and the result is no, yeah.
I did spend rather too much time online looking at stores of people selling this paranormal detector equipment. I'm like, okay, this is just they just glued a bunch of wires onto this thing.
All the actual like RF meters and everything like that and stuff.
Yeah.
The ghost trap again.
Oh, did I pick that? I must have picked that back up.
Okay.
All right. Well, we saw the ghost trap already. I don't think there's a second one. I just
No.
mistakenly. Yeah, I had it all over.
Shuffled back in.
But then we have the +2 bonus, not usable by clerics, Booties.
Ooh, jeez.
+2 to run away. I've known people whose shoes smelled like undeath.
Oh, yikes.
And then the +2 bonus, Hex-Ray Specs. I like that.
Hmm.
All right, and then lastly, we have 2 go up a level cards. Talk to the Dead and Cross the Streams. You should not cross the streams. Remember, cross the streams would be bad. I do like that little guy though.
He's jumping rope with the string.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He does not care about the streams at all.
He's into it.
Nope.
You said the eagle was part of another series in joke, or was
No,
I
no.
mistaken on that? Okay.
No. No, those.
So we just
those
had
two
the
sets,
small,
those two.
the small, medium,
Yeah.
the large, and the paranormal, abnormal, and normal investigators.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Now, there were 3 cards that did not make it into the game.
Oh, which ones are those?
So originally, the level 20 was the Unearthly Whale.
Okay.
I like that one a lot. The my art spec was a ghost whale. Something to help show the scale of the thing would be useful. Perhaps a very small potted plant. Because
Nice.
I always have to make a hitchhiker joke if I can.
You gotta make that joke, work that joke in when you can.
Mm-hmm. The other one was the original proposed title of the set called Done to Death.
Okay. Okay.
And that one was supposed to be play this to take one monster either from combat or the discard pile and place it back in the box and out of the game. Place this card in the box too.
So just like, yeah, I don't want that Ghostzebo in there at all. Get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
No more bringing that one back out.
We haven't really done things that put stuff back in the box, so.
Not too often. It's pretty rare for us to do that for Munchkin stuff right now. In the core stuff. What was your of the ones that did make it in? Which one was your favorite? If you made all these things, now pick your favorite child.
Right. There's a lot of stuff in here I like. I don't know why, but I think Cold Spot still makes me laugh the most.
Cold Spot is he's a pretty good one. There are a lot of references I liked in here. I think the reference that made me chuckle the most, I think, was Bleed.
Yeah.
And then I think my favorites are going to be between that and just the art on the Ghostzebo was just great.
It's real good, yeah.
Brandon, did you have a favorite that you want to call out?
Yeah, I like the Ghostzebo and Bleed. Those are pretty good. I think of the guy at the end jumping the rope, crossing the streams.
Cross the
I
streams.
like that one.
Sneak him on here.
And the ghost trap. I really like the art on the ghost trap.
Ghost Trap was in this deck because it came up twice.
What's so sad?
I mean, if
he's made out of a sheet, he could probably get away pretty easy, but he's like, why'd you do this to me?
he's supposed to be incorporeal too, right? He's just supposed to be floating through everything.
Yeah, right.
He's like, this is what got me? This? So, decent amount of undead, but not all undead, because yeah, that would be a set that just builds on itself way too heavily. The piling on would be dramatic, I think.
Yeah.
Have we done other sets that have a lot of undead? Feels like something we have.
I think there was undead.
Yeah.
There's one just called Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
It was I think that was last year.
Was
We did
it?
that one.
But
2
we
years ago?
reprinted it, but no, this is that's actually
That's
a pretty
been out a
old
while,
set.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it. It was either a 15 or 30 card, so it wasn't just a whole.
Yeah,
bunch
it was
of
one of
stuff.
the
like a
smaller
pack.
packs. It wasn't a big beefy like 56 card
Got it.
stack like this.
No.
But yeah, so though that is the new Munchkin Dead and Deader, which is I believe available for pre-order now, or
No, it's available.
it's available now. Okay,
You redrop that link.
yeah, drop that link out there.
It is available on Warehouse 23 right now.
So you can go get it right now. Probably get it, and depending on where you're at, probably get it in time for Halloween, which is a week away.
Yeah.
Get planning for that. Go ahead and drop the link to our Discord as well, Brandon. If you guys are not in there, you can join us on Discord. Talk about our games, see when we're going to be going live with this. We're generally live every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central here. Next week is our office game day. What we're going to do for Halloween is we generally take that day off from doing most business, and we all come into the office here and play games with each other. Usually not ours. So we're bringing our favorite board games. We bring in lunch. We hang out. We play games with each other. We actually do the thing that people expect people at game companies to do all the time, which is have fun playing games at the office. And we do it we do it for Halloween and Christmas. So next Thursday we'll be in here, not in here. We'll be out there playing games and stuff. But we may have something hooked up to run here on the stream as a special feature. We're still talking about the details of that and finding people who might be willing to do that instead of playing some games out in the office for a little bit. So keep an eye on the Discord. We'll let you know when we know exactly what the plans are going to be for that. And otherwise, we'll be back the week after Halloween with our normal streams again. Coming up, we have, let me pull up a calendar here for myself because we've got a few things coming up. So in the middle of November, we're going to be going to Board Game Geek Con and showing some stuff off there. We'll be up there for Thursday, so I'm thinking what we may do for that is we may see if Randy and I can call into Brandon and show you guys what's going on up there at BGG Con. And then in December, we're going to be at PAX Unplugged up in Philadelphia. That's their board game focused Penny Arcade Expo. So we'll be up there in the first week of December. So if you want to come and hang out, if you're in that area, get your tickets, come out there. It's a good show. And also we'll be there playing stuff and showing stuff off. So eventful couple of months coming up. Devin, you gonna join us remotely for anything on Thursday?
Probably. I do have some big projects that are taking up a lot of my time, but I think I can make some time to hang out.
Well, we will.
And I will see you at Board Game Geek.
Oh, you're gonna be there? Cool.
I will be in Dallas for Board Game Geek.
Awesome. So you come over and help us out. you're gonna be there personally, I imagine, to play lots of board game. If you folks have never heard of Board Game Geek, it's a website that does a lot of board game ranking and tracking and discussions and things like that. People also have like their whole like library collections built there, so they can rate them and everything and track everything. But it's a great site for discussion and ranking of board games and everything. And every year they do a convention in the Dallas, Texas area, and they bring out their library of like, it's got to be 4,000 to 5,000 board games. And they take up a huge room, and that's the main feature of the convention. They have a very, very large, like huge ballroom of tables set up, and then another room somewhere else that is the game library that's open from like 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. And you can go check out a game, find people, play it. They have a dealer's room, and they have some events, they have some other stuff. But the main feature is a whole bunch of gaming nerds with a huge library of games and a space to play them for like 4 days straight. So it's a good time if you can make it out to it. And then, we'll be there. So bonus. All right. Well, I think we are coming up on 3 o'clock here. So any final thoughts on doing this set, Devin?
One of the reasons I wanted to call it Done to Death is because we do have a history of some self-deprecating humor, and it does kind of feel like we've done a lot of undead, but
well, they're kind of a core mechanic in Fantasy Munchkin, so they do show up a lot. But they would go in line with what was it? Good, the Bad, and the Munchkin 2, Beating a Dead Horse.
Yep.
And we did Beating a Dead Horse. We did Jumping the Shark. So Done to Death. It would fit. It would have been in line with stuff. Good alternate title.
It was, yeah.
All right. Well, Devin, thank you for coming and joining us. I appreciate you taking some time away from the projects to talk about the final result of stuff you had put away and thought you were done talking about. Because you finish these up a long time before like you're done, and then they go to print and everything else, and show back up months later when you're on to the next 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't noticed yet, Munchkin Shadowrun has gone from pre-order to being available, which Devin also talked to. I believe he talked to us last time on Shadowrun. That is a full Munchkin Deluxe set in the Shadowrun universe. So many people on when the Facebook posts and stuff go up say, yeah, but do I need a whole lot of dice? Well, for one card, it really does help. So to have a few extra dice around the table, because you get to add them into your roll. Really sneaky little item. But that set's available now, so you can also get Munchkin Shadowrun, and believe the some of the stuff we're going to be talking about. We also talked about the Car Wars expansions. The first wave of those expansions is out. The second wave, I think we're going to be talking about soon, sometime after Halloween. We'll talk about the second wave of those Car Wars expansions, and try them out. All right, everybody. We will be here again next week, on Thursday for Steve Jackson Games Live. Let's see what's going on here. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. So, Devin, thanks for dropping by. Brandon, thanks for running the board. Everybody else, thanks for joining us and hanging out with us for a little while. We'll see you all next week. Take care, everybody.